You have freedom up to what time, sir? Hello? Up to what time you are free? Today, I wanted to inform you there is a small technical slag. Up to 9 we continue this class. If the class breaks, you have to rejoin. Okay? Up to 9 we continue this class. Okay? Please, because there is a lot of work for us to do today. And we are talking about alkyl aryl halides. We are going to conclude this topic this week. So I pointed out that the alkyl halides can be prepared in a variety of methods. If I want this compound can be prepared starting with toluene using what, sir? Chlorine and UV light. Or I can use N-chlorosuccinimide. This is best. Remember, it is N-chlorosuccinimide. Well, if you want, you can also try this. You can take benzyl alcohol and put PCl3 or SOCl. No problem. The benzyl chloride, what are the characteristic reactions? Means SN reaction. What do you mean by SN? Means Cl minus nucleophile is replaced by another nucleophile. Now, the SN reaction, as we know, is of two types, SN1 and SN2. SN1 means the speed of the reaction depends only on one fellow. First, this fellow should break down to give a carbocation. Then rapidly the incoming nucleophile will attack. So speed of the reaction depends only on one fellow is SN1. Benzyl chloride undergo SN1 but not SN2. There is a question, sir, why benzyl chloride should undergo only SN1 but not SN2? You know that in benzyl chloride, if you want to react it with a nucleophile like OH minus, the OH minus cannot come from front side because this minus get repelled. Now the OH minus cannot come even from back side because the negative charge and the electron cloud of benzene, they repel. So there is no possibility for incoming nucleophile to attack either front side or back side. Therefore, the benzyl chloride first should dissociate. First, the benzyl chloride should dissociate. This dissociation is helped by a solvent like water. We call it as polar protic solvent. Solvent means the liquid we normally use, and it is having a positive pole and a negative pole, you know. So because the water has a positive hydrogen poles and a negative oxygen pole, it is called polar. Because the water is able to give H plus known as proton, any solvent that can give protons is protic solvent. So water is a polar protic solvent. Sir, what about ethyl alcohol? Is it a protic solvent? Can you say?
Yes, sir, it is protic solvent.
It is a protic solvent. Can I say acetic acid is a protic solvent?
No, sir.
Sir, protic acid gives acetate ions and H plus ions. Anything that can give H plus ion in aqueous solution is a protic solvent. It is a protic solvent.
Yes, sir.
Can you say tartaric acid? HOH, COOH. Can the tartaric acid, if it is a solution, can it be protic solvent? It is a protic solvent if it is a liquid at room temperature. Unfortunately, tartaric acid is a solid at room temperature, so it can't be used as a solvent at room temperature. We use water. So in presence of water, first our benzyl chloride will break down to give the benzyl ion, and it will break down to give benzyl carbocation and this here. Yes. This benzyl carbocation, if I look at this carbon is having two hydrogens, which are very small, and a benzene ring. This carbon, which is carrying positive charge, is sharing its positive charge with a double bond because there is a positive charge, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. This is called conjugated system. In conjugated pi electron systems, charge is distributed. Sir, whenever anything is distributed, if there is a work that is distributed in your all family members, you all will be happy. If you don't distribute the work, if every work your mother has to do, then there will be a lot of difficulty at home. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, here the conjugated system, the pi electrons can share the positive charge. So now, instead of this carbon 1, now the carbon 3 is taking the positive charge. I marked all the carbons, including this. So now the positive charge comes to 3, this carbon gets a double bond. Now again it can come like this. Pi electrons are mobile, they can move around. So they go like this. Now you got positive charge on carbon number 5. Again it can move like this. Now you got positive charge on carbon number 7. This kind of movement of positive charge, finally it can come here. You got CH2 and double bonds. You notice that the benzyl carbocation can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resonance canonical forms because of which the positive charge is distributed and therefore it readily forms. Once it forms, sir, the cinema is so simple. The carbocation has a lot of space to be attacked from front side or from back side because there is no spatial obstruction. Therefore, OH minus can attack from this side or from this side. This is a 50% possibility. This is a 50% possibility. So the product can have same configuration as parent. It is called retention. The product can have inverted configuration when compared to parent. It is called inversion. So roughly inversion 50%, retention 50% is SN1. We studied about all that. Now, sir, whenever there is a SN reaction, there is a competition between SN and elimination. Let us take this compound. Okay. Let us do a thing. Let us write like this. Let's also write like this. Let us write the complete structure. Sir, what is the name of this compound? Hello? What is the name of this compound, sir?
Sir, 2-chlorobutane.
Sir, this 2-chlorobutane, if I add NaOH, well, the Cl minus may be replaced by OH minus. Then that is called SN reaction. If that reaction, water is proceeding through formation of carbocation and then the attack of OH minus, that is SN1. Or it is proceeding through only one step. As Cl is going, the OH is coming from backside. Then that is called SN2. Both are possible. It is a secondary alkyl halide. For tertiary alkyl halide, only SN1. For primary alkyl halide, only SN2. For secondary alkyl halide, option can be this or this, depending on solvent. So anyway, always this is a possibility. Now my point is, whenever I am heating with NaOH, what happens is the Cl minus and the neighboring carbons hydrogen, which are locked opposite to each other, they develop a deep love and they try to get out. When the Cl and this hydrogen are going out, then you are getting CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3. It is called 2-butene. This reaction is called elimination reaction, or it is called a dehydrohalogenation. Always the carbon to which halogen is linked is called alpha carbon. The next carbon is beta carbon. How many beta carbons this compound has? Hello?
1.
Carefully observe how many beta carbons are there. The carbon to which Cl is locked is called alpha carbon. The next carbon is beta carbon. How many beta carbons it has?
4 beta carbons.
I repeat. The carbon to which Cl is locked is called alpha carbon. Its neighboring carbon is called beta carbon. How many beta carbons it has?
2, sir. 2.
2, sir.
Obviously, it has 2 beta carbons. You see it clearly? Therefore, when I am using alcoholic NaOH, elimination is favorable. Always there is a competition between the elimination and substitution. You get all possible products. All possible products you get, there is no doubt in that. Now, in the elimination reaction, there are 2 possibilities. I call it as beta 1, I call it as beta 2. If the hydrogen from beta 2 carbon is removed, I am getting CH3, CH double bond, CH, CH3. If hydrogen from beta carbon is removed, what I will get, sir?
CH2.
Double bond,
Yes, sir.
CH, CH, CH. It is called 1-butene. It is called 2-butene. Can you see it clearly, sir? So in the elimination reaction, 2 compounds are possible. Am I getting anti or by? Or both equally? In elimination reactions, there is a rule. Whenever an elimination is happening, hydrogen is removed from that beta carbon, preferably, which has less hydrogens. So which beta carbon has less hydrogens? Beta 1 and beta 2, which has less hydrogens. Hello? Which has less hydrogens, sir? This beta carbon 1 is having 1, 2, 3 hydrogens. The beta carbon 2 has 1, 2 hydrogens. So which carbon has less beta hydrogens?
Sir, for
Hello?
beta 2.
Beta 2 carbon has less hydrogens. So the rule says that whenever there is an elimination, I will write here, whenever there is elimination reaction, hydrogen preferentially eliminated from that beta carbon which has less hydrogens. This is called Sage-Jaffe rule. Though you are calling it as Sage-Jaffe, its spelling is like this. We call it as Sage-Jaffe, but spelling is Zdistaeve. It's some German name. So there is no relation between the way you pronounce and the spelling you write. That is called German. Okay. Are we very clear, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, anti-R by which is the major product?
Sir, boy.
Boy is the major product. If you carefully see, the boy is an alkene where the double bond is centrally located. The carbons that are making double bond both have methyl groups. If you see here, the carbon that has double bond, one side there are only hydrogens, only alkyl group is there on one side. Notice that this is unsymmetric alkene, less substituted alkene. It is a symmetric alkene, more substituted alkene. Are we very clear?
Yes,
Sir, we call it as unsymmetric alkene. We call it as symmetric alkene. Let me take an example. Is it a symmetric alkene? In the compounds which I have written just now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many symmetric alkenes are there?
One, sir, 1, 2, and 5, sir. No, sorry, 4, 4, 4. No, not 4, sir, not 4. 1,
This is not a symmetric alkene.
2, 3, and 6.
Not symmetric. So 2 is symmetric.
yes,
3 is symmetric. 6 is symmetric. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
yes, sir.
In symmetric alkene, there is a kind of stability. This is always stabler than its nearest unsymmetric alkene. If you have 2 carbons, only you can write this way. You have no other possibility. If you have 3 carbons, you can write only this way. There is no other possibility. But if there are 4 carbons, you have 2 possibilities. One is 1 butene. The other one is 2 butene. Of these 2 butene is stable. Are you very clear? This compound is called 1,2-diphenylethene. If you look at C double bond C, only this carbon is bound to benzene. This carbon has hydrogens. If you look at this, here this is bound to one benzene. If I am looking at these 2 compounds, anti and bi, which is more stable? Which is more stable?
Boy. Yes, sir. B.
B is more stable because B is more symmetric. Both have same formula. Both are position isomers. Question: can A show geometrical isomerism? Geometrical isomerism means cis and trans. Of A and B, which can show geometrical isomerism?
B.
Perfect. Now B can, whatever I wrote is cis form. If you write benzene on the opposite side in one carbon, it is called trans form. Are you very clean about it, sir? Therefore, now if I have a compound like this, okay. Now here you have Br. Okay, sir. This is CH3. This is CH2CH3. It is. What is this, sir? Hello, sir. CH2. What is this? What is
CH2.
this? What is
CH2.
this?
CH2.
What is this?
CH2.
What is this?
CH.
CH.
H.
Now, this compound has how many beta carbons? Beta 1. Beta 2. Beta 3. How many beta carbons it has? Hello?
3.
Now, if I am heating it with alcoholic KOH, now it has actually 3 possibilities to have a double bond. You can have a double bond here. If you have a double bond there, the product will be like this. Let us use some black color. Okay, sir. If you are having the hydrogen eliminated from beta 2 carbon, the product will be like this. If you are eliminating hydrogen from beta 3 carbon, the product will be like this. Are you very clean, sir? Of these 3, which is the major product, sir? Hello? Hello? A, B, C. Which is the major product? Whenever you are using alcohol KOH, the Br and the next neighboring carbon's hydrogen can be eliminated to give a double bond. I have 3 neighboring hydrogens locked to 3 neighboring carbons. Of all these 3, from which place hydrogen is eliminated? If it is eliminated from beta 1, I am getting this. From beta 2, I am getting this. From beta 3, I am getting this. In which hydrogen is preferentially eliminated. The rule, Sage-Jeffs rule says that whenever there is elimination reaction, hydrogen is preferentially eliminated from that beta carbon, which has less hydrogens. So, in this case, this beta 3 carbon has less hydrogens, so it is the major product. Are we clear, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? It is a standard IIT question. Sir, now hydrogen is eliminated from which beta carbon? How many beta carbons it has? From which beta carbon hydrogen is eliminated? From position A or position B?
A.
If the hydrogen is eliminated from position
A,
A, I will be getting a double bond like this. If the hydrogen is eliminated from position B, I will be getting a double bond like this. Anti-boy. Which is the major product?
A, sir. A.
A is the major product. Is that very clean to us?
Yes, sir.
That's major product. So we have learned a rule called Sage-Jeffs rule. Always try to know that the elimination reaction and substitution reaction both are in combination. Now you are a crazy man. You have this compound. We are training for IIT Advanced, sir. All this I am not going to discuss in regular mains class because this is not really required for mains. If you are bringing elimination, you are getting this compound preferentially. But you are a crazy man. You want this compound. For your experiment, you want only this compound. You want auntie, you don't want boy. But the boy always readily forms. Boy is highly flexible, most stable, readily forms. Boys are available in plenty. But you want auntie. You want only auntie, you don't want any boy. What you will do, sir? Hello?
So
There are three ways. Auntie is called Hoffman product. And boy is called Sedgev product. Sedgev product is generally formed by elimination from the beta carbon that has less hydrogens. Now, Hoffman product is a crazy product where you want to remove hydrogen from the carbon which has more hydrogens. Normally, the Sedgev rule is poor becomes poorer. Poor becomes poorer means what, sir? Hello. What do you mean by poor becomes poorer?
So already it has less hydrogens. That
And
hydrogen is
again,
also
it is losing one more. Yeah. Generally, poor becomes more poorer, even in Corona times. Poor is becoming poorer. Ambani's petrol merchants, they are becoming richer. Now you want to have Hoffman product means you have three options. A, keep temperature very high. If temperature is very high, high temperatures will favor. Hello? There is a small break. Yes, sir. You want only a Hoffman product means keep temperature high. When temperature is high, the terminal hydrogen goes. P. If you want only a Hoffman product, you should heat quaternary ammonium salts. Whenever a quaternary ammonium salt is heated, it will try to take a hydrogen from the carbon, beta carbon that has high number of hydrogen, which we see. Okay, sir. So we are going to study the cases how to get a Hoffman product. Hello.
Sir, what is this quaternary, sir? What is the meaning?
Quaternary ammonium salt. This is called, we will be seeing what it is. It is a amine. It is a secondary amine. It is a tertiary amine. It is CH3 4 times N plus Cl minus. That positive and negative ions are there. It is a quaternary ammonium salts. The quaternary ammonium salts encourage the Hoffman product. Under what conditions you get Hoffman product is a standard IIT question for advance, which we see later. At the moment, we have understood there is a competition between elimination reaction and substitution reaction. If the elimination reaction speed depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide, but not on the concentration of the alcoholic NaOH or on the reagent which you are adding, then it is called E1 mechanism. If the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide and also the reagent which you are adding, both are influencing the speed, it is called E2 mechanism. There is a third mechanism called E1CB mechanism. These mechanisms also we have to learn. These are not given in NCERT book, but they are definitely to be learned. So all these we will be studying once we complete the NCERT book thoroughly. But I gave an idea. Alkyl aryl halides can undergo substitution reaction and elimination reaction. There will be always competition between these two. And you will be always getting mixture of products. Often high temperatures favor the elimination reactions. Okay, sir? So this is the input. the last part of the discussion of these reactions, when an alkyl halide reacts with the magnesium metal, the impedance of dry ether, the magnesium gets inserted between the carbon and the halogen to give you Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. It is alkyl magnesium halide. The compound where metal is directly linked to carbon is called organometallic compound. These compounds are very, very important because only in these compounds you would notice that the carbon gets minus charge. Normally, most of the time, carbon gets plus charge, carbocations. But carbon getting negative charge, carbanion is very rare, and that is very important. Because of this rare quality, the alkyl carbanion is a very, very, very powerful base. It is such a powerful base, it can make anybody as acid. For example, what is the nature of ammonia? Is it acid or base?
Base.
Ammonia, it is generally base. But if you take a Grignard reagent and put ammonia, urgently it will take H plus from ammonia. You get CH3, ethane plus MgBr-NH2. Here, ammonia was forced to lose H plus. Though ammonia is normally a base, now it is made as an acid by Grignard reagent. If you simply put water in Grignard reagent, it will take H plus from water. Water will become an acid, and you get an alkane plus MgBrOH. If you are putting some acetylene, even acetylene is made as an acid. Your Grignard reagent will take H plus from acetylene, it will become ethane, and of course, you get MgBr acetylide ion. The Grignard reagent is a very, very versatile reagent that is used to prepare any organic compound of your choice. If you can make any organic compound starting from Grignard, it is called versatile reagent. You see, if there is a boy who can sing, who can dance, who can write, who can paint, who can jump, who can drive the aeroplane, who can run the ship, if a boy is able to do all these works, he is called versatile genius. Is there any versatile genius in our class? Hello? Hello?
Sir, don't know, sir.
Okay. You may have your mathematics teacher may be versatile genius. He may be able to teach physics. He may be able to teach chemistry. He may be able to teach mathematics. Mathematics 1A, 1B, everything. If he is able to, I don't know whether he is able to do or not, but if he is able to do, if anybody is able to do that, they are called versatile genius. Versatile means highly adaptable. Our Grignard reagents say versatile organometallic compound. You can use it to prepare any type of organic compound. That is the introduction about the three types of reactions which we are looking at. Now, before we close this and go to textbook, one more word. Sir, can this compound undergo SN reaction? Can this compound undergo SN reaction easily? Vinyl chloride, aryl halide. In these two cases, due to some possibility of resonance, the CCl bond has a double bond nature. Cl has given its lone pair here, it became a double bond, and this carbon has taken a pi electron there, it became a minus ion. Due to resonance, in vinyl halides, CCl bond gets a double bond nature. Similarly, in aryl halides, due to resonance, the CCl bond gets double bond nature. Can you see? I want to show you this resonance. So this is your chlorobenzene, right, sir? Then I see the chlorine is having 3 lone pairs. This carbon will become naughty and take the pi electrons, and one of the lone pair become a double bond there. So this carbon became negative, the chlorine became positive. Have you seen, due to this possibility of resonance, again it can go there, it can go there. Again it can come here. Can you see that? Whenever the pi electrons are going, this carbon is taking minus charge. Finally, it can come here. Okay, I will be writing again all these forms. You need to practice. All of you open your book and practice the resonance canonical forms of chlorobenzene. It is a neutral form which is very stable. I am showing you first resonance canonical form. The lone pair is coming here, it is taking pi electrons. See, this is the way. I will just show you few forms. So now you carefully see, if the pi negative charge is coming here, pi bond is going there. Now it got minus charge, Cn plus, and no variation here. So next to these pi electrons are going there, it is becoming a double bond. Can you see? Minus plus charge. Finally, this can come here. Have you seen, due to resonance, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canonical forms. In these 5 forms, 3 forms have negative charge on carbon. And in these forms, there is a double bond between carbon and chlorine. And it is very difficult to break a double bond. So chlorobenzene Cl is difficult to go. It will not undergo nucleophilic reactions. Why chlorobenzene will not undergo nucleophilic reaction? There are 4 reasons. First reason is the CCl bond has a double bond nature due to resonance, which is difficult to break. Chlorobenzene never prefers SN reactions. There are 4 reasons. Out of 4 reasons, first reason is what?
Carbon chlorine double bond.
Yes. Are we very clear? The other reasons can be like, in chlorobenzene, this carbon which is linked to chlorine, this is benzene. Notice that the incoming nucleophile, which has a minus charge, cannot approach from front side. Why it cannot approach from front side? Nucleophile has minus charge. Chlorine has minus charge. The nucleophile cannot attack even from back side. Why? Because benzene is an electron-rich center. The negative charge of electrons of benzene pi electron system repel the negative charge of nucleophile. That is second reason. The repulsion, the nucleophile is not able to attack from front side because the minus charge of nucleophile and the Cl repel. It cannot attack from back side because the electron cloud of benzene and the negative charge of nucleophile. Minutes. Please inform your friends to join without pay. Please. Hello, ask your friends to join, sir. Once again, just it is 10 minutes. Yes, sir. Now, tomorrow onwards, we start doing questions as many as possible. Today, we will quickly complete the theory background. So, you have to have patience. Sir, we talked about all this. Do you remember we talked about a carbon which is having all four different groups is called a chiral center or a asymmetric center or stereo center. Our hand and foot, they have object and image which are different, which are unsymmetric. And if the carbon is to all four different groups, as they have shown here, it is called optically active chiral. Here, this is not optically active because this carbon is locked to two methyl groups. If any two groups on a carbon are identical, it cannot be optically active. However, if all the groups linked to carbon are different, as in this case, if the carbon is linked to methyl, ethyl, hydrogen, OH, it is called chiral carbon, and it can make object and image to different compounds. This is a photograph of a chiral carbon. Can you see that? So
Yes, sir.
identify chiral and achiral molecules. Can you do it that in 1 and 2, 2 is achiral, 1 is chiral. Because 2 has two identical bromines locked to carbon. If any two groups are identical, that is a chiral, optically inactive. 1 is, of course, chiral. What about the second choice? The second choice, the second carbon is locked to all four different groups: hydrogen, OH, methyl, and propyl. That is chiral. Second option, the third carbon, it is having two identical groups. Can you see two ethyls? CH2CH3, CH2CH3. If two groups
Yes,
are
sir.
identical on any carbon, that is achiral. So you have to try this exercise. And what do you mean by retention? Means if the Y minus is coming to the same position as the leaving nucleophile, as in this example, then we say the product has same configuration as parent. It is called retention of configuration. Notice this compound is 2-methyl butane 1-vol. The carbon which is asymmetric is carbon number 2. But the OH is going from carbon number 1. It means there is no change in the chiral center. The change is some other place. Notice the OH group is leaving from carbon number 1, which is a chiral, but carbon number 2 is chiral in this molecule due to some other groups. The Cl minus or OH minus, which is leaving from the terminal position, has no influence on the chiral carbon because it is not the site of reaction. Therefore, the configuration of the compound, the product and the reactant, both is same. Can you see? In the reactant, you can see the nucleophile, the OH minus is there on the right side. The CH3 hydrogen ethyl are arranged like this. Here, the Cl has come in the place of OH. No change there. Only OH became Cl. No change in methyl, hydrogen, methyl. The configuration of starting material and the product both are the same. Of course, starting material has OH. Now the product has, instead of OH, Cl. But both have same configuration. Have you noticed it, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Notice, both have same configuration, but one is alcohol, one is alkyl halide. If this type of configuration is there for alcohol, it is having negative optical activity. It will rotate the plane polarized light in the left-hand side. But if it is alkyl halide, it is rotating plane polarized light in the clockwise direction. It has plus sign. Have you noticed? Minus sign, plus sign. Notice, both have same configuration. Absolute configuration is same. But the nature of optical activity, the fellow is showing minus, chlorophellow is showing plus. Have you seen? It means absolute configuration and optical activity are different terms. Optical activity is decided by experiment. Absolute configuration is decided by looking at how you place the most important group. Most important group is usually that which has more atomic number than carbon. In starting material, most important OH is there in the right side. In the product also Cl is there on the right side. It has same absolute configuration. But optical activity of first compound is minus, second compound is plus. Have you noticed it, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now you take the second example, inversion. Here the Y is there and methyl is coming towards you. Ethyl is above, hydrogen is going away. Can you see that, sir? B. When the X is replaced by Y, in A, the configuration is retained. In B, the configuration is inverted. Can you see that, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you are getting only A, we call that this is the retention of configuration. If you are getting only B, you say it is 100% inversion. But if you are getting A and B 50%, 50%, the product is called racemic mixture. Mixture of A plus B 50%, 50% is optically inactive, but it can be separated into A and B. That is called resolution. Are we clean on this, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
No. So we talked about SN1, SN2 mechanisms. We also spoke about elimination reaction. And in elimination reaction, they give only two paras, but we spoke about Sedgwick rule and Hoffman rule. All right? Now, we will be exploring more on that idea later on. Now, reaction with metals also we have seen. And about Grignard reagent, I spoke. Now, haloarenes do not undergo nucleophilic reaction because the CCl bond has a double bond nature. We have shown. They gave 4 reasons why the chlorobenzene will not undergo nucleophilic substitution. The first reason I already said double bond nature. Second reason, in aryl halide, this carbon is sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized carbon makes a stronger bond with a halogen than sp3 carbon. So because the carbon is sp2 hybridized in aryl halides and in vinyl halide, difficult to break CCl bond. Notice in aryl halide, CCl bond is short and strong. In ordinary alkyl halide, CCl bond is long and weak. So they gave 4 reasons. I want you to read them. Okay, sir? Tomorrow we are going to look at some reactions of chlorobenzene. And tomorrow we will be completing the textbook part of the lesson. And after tomorrow, that is Thursday, Friday, we will be doing only exercises. Tomorrow we are going to complete this chapter. We will be devoting a lot of time in doing exercise. You have to read the lesson thoroughly. Okay, sir? Now I am closing the class. I have next class. Thank you very much. Hello? Sir, can I
Thank
close
you,
the
sir.
class now?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you also have class. I also. Only 7 members joined in the second meeting. My God. Sir, please encourage your friends to join as many as possible. I want full strength to be there. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
As you are joining in mathematics class, you have to join in chemistry because chemistry is scoring, you don't know. It is much scoring than any other subject.